Let's go ahead and enter. And got a little bit of a push down there. So we got one more second. Again, another win. So it's red. I will go ahead and sell. Oh, there's a big delay too. A huge delay. Oh my gosh. So I have no idea what's going to happen. We did win that. Dude, that was scary. Hey everybody, Mark here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. We are back with the Matrix strategy. This is something very popular by high demand. I'm creating another video. We're just going to hang out today and trade. And so it'd be great to have you watch this video and also trade along with me if that's something that you want to do. Or if you're looking for something different, maybe the strategy that you're doing right now is not something that you're entirely crazy about, you're really not happy with it, and you're looking for something different that a lot of our private VIP members are using, the Matrix is one of those strategies. I also combined it with one of my other favorite strategies, which is the Fast 5. So it's the Matrix combined with the Fast 5. Guys, let's go ahead and jump in. I'll show you exactly how to set this up. Now, some of you may not know, but you can have 4 charts open at the same time inside a Pocket Option. And the way to do this, you have this little button over here. And let me go ahead, and what I'm going to do is go back to the one chart, which is probably what you're used to seeing when you open up Pocket Option for the very first time. You just see one chart, one price action. And so what we're going to do is that we're going to enable this little feature here. It's at the very end of the tool options over here, and it's got the little 4 little squares on it. Go ahead and click on that and come right down here. You're going to find an option to do 4 charts. It's the first one right here, the little 4 little squares. And if I click on that, all of a sudden, boom, the chart just switches. The entire Pocket Option interface switches to 4 charts. And that's really cool because this allows us to enhance our trading, to trade faster and look for setups more frequently, get more entries, and hopefully some faster profits. Really, that's what it's all about. Now, before we start doing this though, we have to make sure that everything is set up properly. So what you want to do is make sure that each of these charts, each of the 4 charts that you have open, right, that they all have the same asset or same currency pair. So for an example, I've got Euro GBP on chart number 1, which is over here. So chart number 2, which is over here, also must have Euro GBP as well. And then chart number 3, the same. And then chart number 4, of course, that's going to be the same. Now I'm using OTC because I'm going to be using a 5-second expiry, but I will walk you through all of the setups and everything that we're going to do. Also talk a little bit about where I've been didn't make a video all last week, guys, because something was going on, and I'll explain that. Or I don't know if I'll explain it. It's not something you have to explain. It's pretty common, something that happens. But I wasn't doing too great. And so I'll share a little bit about what happened. But for the first chart, okay, the first thing, remember, if you're over here in Pocket Option, go right over here to the little button with the little 4 little squares, click on that again, and just click on 4 charts. Okay, so you have the 4 charts open. Now up here, you need to select some kind of currency. You can select the currencies tab or the selection over here of the assets that you want to use. Now, I always use the currencies. It's just what I've always used. I don't think I've really used anything else on this YouTube channel. It works pretty well. And most of our users inside of our private VIP group, they also use the currencies. So whichever that you want to use, as long as it's paying out around 90%, that's totally up to you. For me, on this video, I've selected Euro GBP, but actually, I think I'm going to change it. Because if you look closely, look just above the right here on this button, you can see that the payout is at 68%. Look at that, 68%, and that's way too low. So what I'm going to do is change this, and let's just choose one here that's up a little bit higher, 92% Euro RUB. Let's go ahead and select that Euro RUB OTC. Now this might be something different for you. At the time when you go to select this pair, it might be a different payout for you. But for me, it's paying out at 92%. So I will go ahead and just go through here and change all of these charts, each chart to the same asset, same pair. Exact same thing, guys. That's the very first step. Okay, and the next step, let's come over here. And if you click on the little three dots, this little button over here, you must make sure that all of these charts are identical. Okay, now the first time you do this, it might take a little time, but I'll quickly go through here. But so for the first one, the first button here with the little bars on it, make sure that for the candles, you're using the regular candlesticks. Okay, and that's the first thing you do. The time frame, if this must be set on S30. S30, which means that each candle represents 30 seconds. It's a 30-second time frame, okay? And so I'll go through here, and an easy way to know, guys, an easy way to know which time frame you're on is if you look right next to the little countdown timer, right at the current price, you'll see right above there, you've got a number at the top and a little number at the bottom. The number at the top is the time frame. The number at the bottom is the seconds or the countdown timer, whatever, how much time is left for that particular candle. So just something really simple so you guys don't have to keep going back in the chart and trying to figure out which time frame it is. Now let's make sure that each chart has a 5-second expiry. So up here, if this says a little flag or something like that, you may want to click on that and make sure it says or has a little clock icon, and then click right here where the time is and make sure it's on S5. So that's on S5. This is on S5. And all of these, you can clearly see that all of these are already set on S5 just by looking at them. Look, okay? So what I'm going to do, before I start trading though, we're going to be using the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, which is a highly advanced trade manager with mathematical calculations that allows you to win even if you have losses. And so this is very popular inside of the group. We have multiple tools and spreadsheets that will give you that edge. And this is available inside of our private Telegram group. And so, what we're going to do, the first thing is to make sure that the initial capital, whatever we have inside a pocket option right now, which is 525, I've entered that into the initial capital. And then I'm going to do something a little bit different than what some of you are not used to. Usually we take one trade at a time and we enter in a trade and then we'll mark that as a win or a loss. But on this video with the matrix, everything's a little bit different. What we're going to do is go ahead and mark the first 8 trades as losses. And what this is going to do, like nothing else that's out there, it's going to give us the exact trade amounts, right? Let's just say if we were to have, 8 losses in a row or whatever, we would have the exact trade amounts to enter inside a pocket option for each of those trades. So this is a little bit different approach on what we're used to. Normally we'll come in here and just mark it as a win or a loss after each trade. But this time we're going to go ahead and just mark everything up to 8 slots here. Everything is a loss and we've already got the trade amounts predetermined for us. So we don't have to worry about, oh, how much should I enter for this trade or for this trade? Or if I have 2 losses, right? What should the next trade amount be? If I have 2 losses, or what if I have 3 losses in a row? What should the trade amount be after that? The trade manager takes out all of the guesswork for you. It takes care of all that and gives you those amounts over here. So what do? We take these trade amounts over here and we transfer them over here to Pocket Option. We enter them in before we start trading. So what I'm going to do, the first trade amount is $1. I've already got $1 entered in on the first chart. The next chart is 190. So over here, 190. And so this is chart number 3 down here. So that's going to be 357. And the next one is 662, right? So number 4 here, 662. So we got $1 on chart number 1, 190 chart number 2, 357 on chart number 3, and 662 on chart number 4. The payout is still at 92%. Each of the charts have a 5-second expiry. Guys, I think we are ready to go. So what we're going to do here, guys, let's take a look at the charts. Each candle represents 30 seconds, right? When we see a new candle appear, we're going to count down from 30 seconds, 29, 28, 27, 26. And as soon as it hits 25, we look and see whatever the color of the candle is. And if it's red, we sell. If it's green after the first 5 seconds of that 30-second candle, we buy. It's that simple. There's no indicators. There's nothing else. There's no market analysis, nothing. That's the strategy. Okay, we have members in the group doing incredible things just by using this one strategy alone. You can use one chart if you want to. Using the 4 charts as a matrix is just a bonus. So let's go ahead and jump in here and take the next trade, or take the first trade. And if we do have 4 losses today, guys, which can happen if we do have 4 losses, then I'll show you what's going to happen after 4. So we go to 5 losses, 6 losses, 7 losses, because I know you guys are familiar with losses. That's, you can't be profitable, and a lot of you guys are still looking for strategies and different things, and you keep having losses more than you have wins, and you can't just seem to get ahead. And that's why the strategy is not necessarily your edge. It's the trade management. It's the money management, which is the best edge. And we get that edge using tools like the Trade Manager. So let's go back here and get started. So we're waiting for the new candle to appear. We've got 6 seconds left on this current candle. I'm going to walk you guys through the process. Okay, here we go. Here's the next candle, 28, 20, 27, 26. It's still red. I'm going to go ahead and take a trade on that. Now, it went against me. It bounced, but that's okay. Sometimes I won't enter because the candle might be a little indecisive. It'll flip back and forth between red and green. And that tells me that it doesn't really know which direction that it wants to go in. So I will go ahead and pass on that trade. But for this one, it was holding red. And I went ahead and entered. But it was a loss, and that's okay. So what do we do if we have a loss? If we have a loss, we move over to chart number 2, which is over here. We don't go back to the Trade Manager. We don't change anything over there. We just stay inside a pocket option. So I know some of you are like going back and forth between the Trade Manager and doing all that, but if you want to break away from that and just, keep, stay inside a pocket option, then this might be the option for you. So let's take a look here. We've got 28, 27, 26, 25. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pump up there. And let's go ahead and get another little pump if we can. And we do have a win. So what if we have a win, right? So do we go back to the Trade Manager? Do we make any settings here? No, we don't. Now, you can go back and increase your initial capital. But once you increase your initial capital, you're going to have to update all of your trade settings, all of your trade sizes on your charts. Because normally this is something that we do. We talk a lot about compounding our accounts. We're working with very small amounts, and some of you don't like it. You're like, I don't want to trade with $1 mark, and that's cool. You don't have to trade with $1 or $2 inside a pocket option if you feel like that's not working out for you. But then again, a lot of guys blow their account because they're trading with like $10, $20, $30 a trade. And when you have some losses after that, it's rough, guys. Your account's down and you're trying to dig yourself out of this hole, but you really don't have the mathematics behind it to really figure out what are those exact trade amounts that I should be entering to get myself out of that hole. And the Trade Manager handles all of that for you. So you can enter your initial capital if you've made money. And if you want to do the compounding thing, and that's great. We have a lot of members inside of our group that do that. But for me, what I'm going to do on this video, if I win a trade, I'm going to return back to chart number 1. Okay, that's it. And I just repeat the process until my account just keeps growing and growing and growing. That's it, guys. That's all you have to do. So the current candle, we got 9 seconds to go. Yeah, guys, so I was sick all last week. It was bad, dude. I don't know if it was like the flu or whatever. Not fun. Okay, we're at the 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Okay, it's red. I'll go ahead and enter. And let's see if we get a little bit more of a push down. I don't know. Okay, so we got another win. So what do? You guys know what to do, right? Do we go to chart number 2? No, we stay on chart number 1, guys, because we don't need to go up. If we win, we don't put more money. We just keep trading with the same amount. And that's when I think a lot of traders get themselves into a situation where they overtrade, or they have this psychological thing where, you know, if they keep winning, maybe they'll win more, so they put more money in. Or if they have losses, they'll bet more money to make up for those losses. And again, the trade manager prevents you from doing that. It also prevents you from overtrading as well. So it gives you some type of control. But yeah, guys, so we can just keep going through here. I don't know. I don't really like that. And I didn't like that entry at all. That candle was just not doing anything. So we got a loss. So let's go to chart number 2. Yeah, so I was sick all last week, dude. So there was something going around in my town, and the guy that was going to cut my hair, he was sick. And so normally I don't talk about stuff that's going on at the moment, because for those of you watching this video, like a couple months from now, you're going to be like, what, you were sick? This is like a couple months ago. But yeah. And then also, I've been trying to quit caffeine. So I'm on my 3rd day without caffeine. It's very interesting. The first day I had a really bad headache and I was just chilling. This market is just crawling, guys. It's moving very, very slow. So we're waiting for some faster movement here. Yeah, it's just kind of dogging it. I'm not really crazy about this. Let's do this. Let's quickly change the asset. That's all we're going to do. How about odd CAD right here? Let's do that. You only have to do this for 4 charts. That's it. There we go. Boom. All the charts are the same. The time frame didn't change. The expiry didn't change. Nothing else changed. It's just the asset and the currency pair. That's the only thing that we've changed. And so it's getting close to, we've got 1 more minute for the market to open. So, but we're on OTC. Now, whether or not that affects the real market or the real market affects OTC, I don't know. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and wait this out and see if it'll give us some opportunities here. If not, we'll go ahead and switch the chart again. All right, so 29, 28, 26, 25. I'm just not feeling it, guys. That probably would have been a win, but it's just not moving the way I want it to. And this can happen. But yeah, guys, I've been trying to get rid of this caffeine. I've had a really bad issue with caffeine. I've been having anxiety and panic attacks and stuff like that. And it was really bad. It was the point where sometimes I couldn't even drive. And I was addicted, man. And I still am. Once you're a caffeine addict, you're always a caffeine addict. It just doesn't go away. Even if you've quit for a very, very long time, if you start drinking it again, there's probably a good chance you might get back into it. Okay, so I've changed the chart again. I'm on odd chef or odd CHF, odd franc. I think that's the proper term, odd franc. Let's go ahead and enter. And got a little bit of a push down there. So we got 1 more second. Again, another win. The matrix, the fast 5, those two together really, really works wonders. We've got our account balances going up slowly. You guys can update your initial capital if you want to inside of the trade manager. I have won that trade. So what do? I stay on chart number 1. Okay. Now, maybe I'll have some losses here. So you guys are probably wondering, well, Mark, what happens after you lose the 4th trade or the 5th or the 6th trade? Well, maybe we will. Maybe we will have multiple losses so I can show you on this video if that were to occur, what you would actually do at that point, okay? So we got 10 more seconds. Yeah, I don't know why, but without the caffeine, I'm talking faster. It's really weird. I thought it would be the other way around, right? So without caffeine, you would okay, so that's like a doji. At the 25 second mark, the candle was indecisive. It was like a little doji candle with a long wick on the top and the bottom. If I see that, I'm not going to trade. Just to let you guys know. So if you're wondering, oh, what happens, if I see a candle like this? Well, I just don't trade. I don't take every single candle. It has to really look like it's going in one direction. So here we go. 28, 26. I mean, it's still dogging it a little bit. It's going pretty slow. Um, it didn't even move. Did you see that? So let's go over here. Oh, I don't have to go over there because we're using the matrix. We would just switch over to the chart number 2 over here. And this is really all I do. I mean, my most favorite strategy, the strategy that I use is the fast 5. And I would use just one chart, but some of you guys want to see this 4 chart matrix, and that's cool. You know, a lot of you guys are doing this. And there's so many ways to use the matrix. I think the traditional method is to just take the trade, you know, you follow a pattern. So you would do like buy, sell, right? And then go back to buy, sell, which is your buy and sell pattern. But this one's a little bit different. I'm using like another strategy in combination with it. Oh, you see that hit the 25-second mark, but it flipped back and forth between red and green. So I will go ahead and stay out and look at that. Sure enough, it's kind of like an indecisive candle. Look at that. It's not even moving, guys. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. I could switch the charts, and I'm doing this so you guys can see it. You can still quickly switch the charts, even though, you know, you're using 4 different charts. You can still do it. Look at this. Boom. You see how fast that was? So I changed the assets, or I changed the pair for all 4 charts, so it happens fairly quickly. And this chart doesn't look much better, but you know. But yeah, so I feel different without the caffeine, but then again, it says that it takes like 2 weeks for caffeine to get out of your system. Isn't that crazy? I was reading up about it. There's a book out there. It's called Caffeine Blues. Really good. I highly recommend it if you guys are looking to get off this habit, because you know, I've been able to quit a lot of things in my life, like fast food years ago, like over 10 years ago. Like I used to smoke cigars. Like I had to have like 2 or sometimes 3 cigars a day. And we're talking like premium cigars. Like this is more than my car payment every month, right? And it was just like a sociable thing. And that was hard to quit. Okay, it was hard, but not as hard as coffee and caffeine. Not as hard. So really, really serious stuff, guys. And if you guys are addicted to it, you know what I'm talking about. And if you've tried to quit, whew, man, it's tough. Okay, so let's get back to trading, because I know some of you guys don't drink coffee. So, but yeah, so I'm really definitely trying to quit. All right, so we've got 28, 27, 26, 25, and we got to remember that we had a loss. So we got to remember that we're still on chart number 2. We must trade with chart number 2. If we trade again on chart number 1, it's going to skew all of the math behind what's going on here so we can stay profitable. It's going to mess with that a little bit. Okay. 29, 28, 27, 25. Yeah, it's just not, the candle, if it doesn't have enough strength, right? If it really doesn't look like for sure it's going in that one direction of wherever it's going to go, then I'm not going to enter. So I really want to make sure it looks like, I mean, we can't know 100%. I mean, come on, guys. Right? There is no 100% strategy or whatever. And really, this is just about, you know, if it's about finding that strategy, whatever works for you guys, something that fits your personality, something that fits, you know, if you had a small, you know, short attention span or whatever, or if you've got ADD or whatever, you're going to use probably a lot faster strategy, something like 5 seconds, which is what I do. So it really just depends on you. And there is no one best strategy. Let me go ahead and just move this back. There we go. So we've lost chart number 2. So what do? We move over to chart number 3, guys. Okay, just wanted to give you an update on what I'm doing here. I've moved down here to chart number 3. And we're just going to wait. Yeah, it's really weird to wake up in the morning and not have anything to drink, or well, besides water and stuff like that. So 27, 26, yeah, it's indecisive. Look at that. I mean, it just has nowhere to go, really. It's just kind of stagnant. I mean, it could have been a profit, but just barely, or it could have been a win. And that's just my kind of like my little intuition, something that I've just developed over time by doing this strategy so much is, you know, I've taken those trades, you know, I've taken those bad trades so many times, and it just gets me every time. So I'm like, yeah, probably not going to do that again. So, and that's the thing, is like some of you might try a strategy and it doesn't work like the first time you do it, but somebody else is doing the same strategy and it just works for them, right? Have you ever seen that? Like they're doing it and it's working, but you try it and it doesn't work. Well, it's because of that, you know, it's that mental memory. It's that repetition on doing the same thing. Oh, wait, did it enter? Oh, that was a bad entry, guys. Woo! Oh, yeah, and sure enough, it was a loss. That I don't know what happened, but I clicked on the button and it didn't quite enter the trade right away. There was like a little bit of a delay, but that wasn't so much the issue. It was just it's going up a little bit. So let's move over to chart number 4. So now you guys get to see like what happens when you have losses, because I don't think it's fair to you if I show a win on every single trade is a win. That's just not the reality. So once in a while, it's good if we have some losses, right? So let's just keep on going and wait for the new candles. So we've got 13 seconds to go. And just going to keep on going here. And sometimes I'm a little clumsy, like getting back into videos, because last week or the week before last week, I did a video like every day or something like that. And what's up with the delay on that? I don't think it's anything Pocket Options doing, but yeah, that's interesting. I don't know why maybe because I got 4 charts open, but you know what it is? The market's open. The market just opened. So there's a lot of lag right now, but that's okay. We're going to try to beat the system with the lag. And so what do? So we've had 4 losses. So here's what we're going to do. Let's come over here to the trade manager and let's take a look at slot number 5. It's right here. And that is 1209. So we need to enter in 1209, 2163, and the rest of these trade sizes into the into Pocket Option, so we can continue trading. We don't go back to we don't go back to the first chart here. We need to continue, but continue with some new trade amounts. So the last chart number 4 was 662, and we've lost that. We've already marked that as a loss inside of the trade manager. So the next trade is 1209. So let's go ahead and enter that in. And the next one after that is 2163. So I'll just go ahead over here. And just be really careful, guys. Extra check everything. Make sure that you have the trade amount limit turned on. And sometimes you may need to turn it, or not turn it off, but you may need to change the amount. 3762. Like I'll probably change this to, I don't know, maybe like $50 or something like that. Yeah. So my trade amount limit is $50. It was like $25, but that's not going to work because my trade size is larger than the trade amount, or it's larger than the trade limit. So I need to increase that trade limit size. The next trade, this will be slot number 8, which is going to be 6280. And there you go. So all of the charts are set up. We have the trade amounts entered for each of the 4 charts, or each of the each chart on the 4 chart matrix. And we're pretty much all set up. So let's just make sure, let's look on the buttons right here and which percentage is the payout. If it says 90, 92%, then you guys are, you can continue to trade. You don't have to choose a different pair. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Okay. It's a pretty long video today. We got about 31 minutes. Let's keep on going. Let's make this a profitable session so you guys can see how it's really done here right on the video. 29, 28, 27, 26. Let's go ahead and enter. There's a delay. Can we still win with this delay? Well, I don't really know, but that was a win. 1209. Now, did we recover all of the losses? Not really, right? Because we've had, we lost all of the trades up to trade number 5. So there's a couple things that we can do here. We can enter in the new trade amount inside of the trade manager if we want to. But if you guys want to kind of, now this is going to be a little bit advanced because some of you guys are wondering like, well, what do I do if I have, if I have a win, but before that win, I've had several losses? Because with the options inside of the trade manager, we've set this to win 2 out of 12 trades. So technically I must win 2 out of 12 to be profitable. So then what I would do if I was just trading like just a regular strategy with one chart is I would keep trading on the same session. The session is what you're looking at right now, right? Until I hit that reset button down here, we are still on that same session. Okay, I have not changed anything. And so let's do that because I know some of you guys are wondering what happens, right? If you have a loss or if you want to stay in profit and stay profitable, here's what you can do. And you can just keep your, you can go back to trade number 1 and keep trading if you want to. Or I'm sorry, go back to chart number 1 and continue trading if you want to. But what you could also do is you can mark that 5th trade as a win. And when you do that, the next trade amount, it's going to give you another trade amount, but it's going to be lower. So here's what we can do. Let's do this, guys. Let's mark trade number 5 on chart number 1. Let's mark that as a win. Okay. I want to make sure you guys are following me here. This is the trade we've just taken right here. Chart number 1 for 1209. That was a win. So I've marked that as a win. Now what we can do is add another loss on slot number 9. This is optional. You guys can do this and start entering the trade amounts starting at trade number 6. This leaves us room to have one more win. So we can come out in profit. Not only breaking even, but really coming out in a profit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at trade number 6, 332. Let's come over here. Yeah, let me try that one more time. Okay, and back over here in the trade manager. And so number 7, it's 692. And then 1444. So we're still trading with less with 3014. There we go. So we're all set up, ready to go. I'm not crazy about trading right now because obviously we do have lag because the market just opened, and that's okay. So we're going to trade through the lag and still see if we can come out in profit. Now, what we need to do is we need to just win one more trade to make this session profitable. That's it. That's it, guys. And, we can't really lose a whole lot because if we lose, let's see, this one, right? Now we're down 20% of our account. This is the point when you would probably want to stop or take a break, maybe come back later and make up for your losses later on and start over again, okay? But let's see if we can come out in profit with this. And we're going to start with a trade amount 332 on chart number 1 using the matrix with the Fast 5 strategy. Let's go ahead and continue, guys. So I'm excited. We've got 26.25. I'm going to go ahead and enter. There wasn't any lag. That was a pretty quick entry there. But let's see if we can get, that was a loss. Okay, so we don't have to go back to the trade manager. We're going to go right over to chart number 2 and wait for the next candle. So we've got about 9 seconds to go. Feeling pretty good today overall. Still got that sickness thing lingering around, man. I tell you, it is not pretty. It's not too exciting. You don't really feel that great. but is what it is. No excuses. We're gonna go ahead and do the video anyway. Okay, so I'm actually glad this happened. So we've got a lot of losses here. Well, not a lot, but we had a win and we've got 2 losses. Our account is down. It's down to $514. We started at $525. We're down to $514. So man, something's got to happen. We've got to win the next few trades or we're going to be in deep trouble here. So let's go over to chart number 3. And let's see what we got. So we're waiting for the next candle to appear. And these are just not the best candles, guys, but it is what it is. Actually, yeah, let me go ahead and switch chart. AEDCNY, which is at the top here. So I will go ahead and switch everything to AEDCNY. Cool. All right. All right, we missed that one, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and wait for the next one. Just standing by, being patient here. Two more seconds, and there it is. So here's the new candle, 29, 28, 27. Oh, it's gonna, wait. Oh, I don't know. It's not the best entry, but is what it is, guys. Okay, so that was another loss. So wow. So we've had a lot of losses on this video. And I'm actually, before I lose my voice here, I'm actually glad this happened so you guys can really see like what I would do if something like this were to occur. We need to go over to chart number 4 and continue to trade. So let's go ahead and do that. And we've already got the trade amount entered in here. So let's just go. So it's red. I will go ahead and sell. Oh, there's a big delay too. A huge delay. Oh my gosh. So I have no idea what's going to happen. We did win that. Dude, that was scary. That was super, super scary because it was almost like a 2-second delay when I hit that. So probably going to try to get in these videos before the market opens because that was a bit wild. Guys, let's see what's going on here. So let's go over to the trade manager. What happened? So we had a loss, a loss, a loss, a loss. We had a win, a loss, another loss, and another loss. And then on the 4th chart, we had a win. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses. We could have had more, but we had 7 losses and only 2 wins, and we are in profit. And this is great because it's not a huge profit. It's more than break even. And I know that some of you would just be happy to break even and call it a day. But the great thing is with the trade manager, it not only helps you and allows you to break even, but you can also be in profit. And really it all depends on your settings. If they're risky, if they're ultra conservative, those can be set manually by you. You have the option to go ahead and come in here and set the settings exactly the way you want. We have some traders with really great strategies, and they can come in here and set the total trades to 8 and maybe win 2 out of 8 trades. And they can earn 14, whatever. Of course, it all depends on your initial capital, but they can earn almost 3% on every session that they do. 3% on their account after each session. Now you're probably wondering, well, how long does it take to complete a session? It can take like a few minutes. It really all depends on the strategy. Now, there's also a way for you to set and to achieve a daily goal and try to figure out how many sessions that you will need to complete to reach that daily goal. And that's right over here. It's a little section here that I've added to the trade manager. You've got a profit target. So what you would do is, let's just say, let's just come up with a number here. So you must win 2 out of 10 trades, right? And if you do that, depending on your balance, so let's just say, I don't know, let's just make this a round number here. Let's just put $500. If you have your initial capital set at 500 and your total trades is at 10 and your win trades is at 2, if you want to reach $25 a day, you would only have to complete 7 sessions per day, right? So each session would earn you and gain you 0.76% of your account. And after it's all said and done, you'll have a little bit over 5% total account growth after those 7 sessions. My best, I think I've done like 30 sessions in an hour or something like that. Some guys do like 20 sessions in 45 minutes. We've got some members inside of the private group that are doing 50 sessions a day. I've seen a guy do like 100 sessions in a day, which is crazy because there's a lot of fatigue that happens after doing that amount. But if you guys also want the Trade Manager, if you want to get your hands on this, we've got a membership website, okay, for a very reasonable fee. This is not something that you have to pay for every single month. It's nothing like that. For a one-time fee, and this is lifetime, you guys get full access to all of the cutting edge tools that we have inside of the website. The Trade Manager, of course, all of the spreadsheets for managing all the different trades that you take with whatever binary options broker that you're using. And so these are great tools to help you stay on track. This is really your edge here when it comes to trading. Again, it's not so much the strategy. It's really how you guys are managing your money. At the end of the day, that's really what it all comes down to. We have hours of exclusive video training. We have videos on strategies that are not even on YouTube. So if you're looking for something different, maybe some more secretive stuff that we do not share and that I do not share on my YouTube channel, we've included all of those strategies and videos inside of the members area. And what I personally like about the video section is that we also have member submissions. So we have members already profitable, making whatever, hundreds of dollars a day. We have a member making around 4 figures a day, right? We have members sharing and creating videos for just the members to see. It's exclusive only to the members, showing in great detail what they're doing to achieve the profitability that they are. And all of that is included. And so guys, we've got more members than over 1,100. I think we've got 1,200 or 1,300 members right now. I keep updating this on the website. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. We've got ongoing member support. We're there to answer and to help you guys with any questions that you have. It's a positive environment. And so it's not like a bunch of kids in there, running around and stuff. It's not like that. We do have a staff there. We do have moderators to moderate everything. And we have a lot of members that were never profitable until now. Many of our members are from all walks of life. They've tried Forex in the past. They have tried futures. They've tried trading stocks. And they're just completely blown away how, taking control of their trading just through some simple money management, using some of the tools that we have on the website. And they're just amazed on what has happened and the transformation. You can see just in the back office, you can see the progression and the compounding effect that has happened from some of our members that have started their before and after, looking at their pocket option account before they had the Trade Manager and looking at it now. Such a huge difference. They've showed, I think I have some screenshots here of some of our members showing the before and after. Here's a member right here that had, for a whole month, he followed exactly what he set out to do. He used the 30-day compound calculator, which is included. This is unlike any other compound calculator that you can find on the internet. He followed it to the T. He used the Trade Manager, and in 30 days, it was about 30 days, he went from I think he started, so at $392 and ended his account at over $2,229, which is just incredible. We have members doing 4 figures in a day. It's really, guys, the sky is the limit. You set the risk level where you want it to be. It's totally up to you. I'm not in control of that. The Trade Manager is not in control of that. If you guys want higher, riskier settings, if you want to make those profits faster, you have the ability to do that. It's right at your fingertips, all of those. So yeah, we can see we've got members that are doing some pretty big numbers. You can see right here, but I can go on and on and on about this, guys. You guys know that when it comes to trading online and using Pocket Option, you can trade anywhere in the world. You can trade when you're on vacation, out and about, visiting family, at coffee shops. I don't think I'll be going to coffee shops anytime soon. But these are just areas and places you can trade because we all know that you just need a simple laptop, and you guys can really do this anywhere. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's the matrix strategy combined with the fast 5. And we've got so many other different strategies on this YouTube channel, as well as inside of the private VIP group. So, but try it out. Let me know your results below in the comments, and would love to see that. So wish you all a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.